The goats are in the rabbit pen because it's been raining a lot, and so I thought they might like to have a little break to get together. And I had not seen the rabbit in here. I assumed she escaped, and I was right because I saw her last night. She was up by the blackberries. Well, she was in here eating with them 5 minutes ago. So I went to get the camera, and in those 5 minutes when I came back, she was sitting right there on the corner of the concrete wall, right there where the two corners come together, and she heard me and she hopped off. So the mystery of this rabbit is she's actually coming in here sometimes to get food, and she's hopping back out to go foraging in the wild. So this rabbit story is to be continued. I'm going to go set that trap for her again.
The rabbit is out again this afternoon, so I'm going to see if I can get you guys a picture of it. That was her, self-same rabbit, hopping in and out of that pen.
Good morning. This is Sister Kate from Shofar Mountain, and today I'm doing a guest interview with a very, very special guest, and I think you'll recognize her. Let me just introduce to you, this is Barbara Bunny, as opposed to Bugs Bunny, and you can tell we used a little grain last night in the Have a Heart, which is a trustworthy place. I told you, she's gotten used to this as a place for her to go to get grain. So it's no surprise, it's no slam on Barbara that she is once again in the cage. Now, Barbara, you have managed to outsmart even this human, which either means I'm really dumb or you're really smart. And I wanted to know, how did you figure out how you were going to get your freedom? Because jumping up onto the edge of the wall and then out, knowing you could go through the fence, that was pretty good mental exercises. And are you of the mindset that you will never be caged? Because Pastor Joe thinks you are just a freedom-loving bunny, and that it doesn't matter what I do, you are going to always attempt to get free. Well, you know our plans are to use your manure in our garden instead of you eating the garden and putting us in the poorhouse. Yeah, there is an ultimate long-term plan, but don't worry about that. That's a ways down the road. I did have a talk with the Ridgebacks about the whole incident in the last couple of weeks. I think we've gotten that straightened out. And we'd really like to just work with you, you know, extend the hand or paw of fellowship and get down to how things were before this whole thing happened. What do you think about that? Alright, well, if you have anything else to say, I'll give you one last thing to do. I've got stuff I gotta go feed the goats, so I can't spend all morning here with you. Okay, well, this is Sister Kate. She is in her new home. She's doing her hop around check of every little aspect of it. She was eating some of the grass in there, and I've got some water and some food for her, and the cage if she wants to go in it. And we'll just see if these new digs are better for her and for me, because I'd prefer she not be running around. With her being on the loose is that once all this cover is gone, she would be very vulnerable to predators, and I really don't want anything to happen to her. especially since she's the last surviving rabbit. And I noticed even with her parents, like when I put them in that big pen, the first thing they did was do like a hop around. And they were checking everything. I could see it. Like they were looking at the walls and the shelters and everything. These guys are smart. And the whole Bugs Bunny getting away from the coyote takes on a new meaning when I think about how smart she was and how she would go into the pen if she thought I'd put grain in there and then hop back out if she didn't find it, and all of it. So yeah, there's more to these rabbits than just what we think of them just being the passive little creatures in the cages that they're normally kept in. When you get them out in the wilds, they got some smarts. They got some survival instincts that obviously are still pretty strong in them, even though they've been domesticated for a while. So it's been a real education for me dealing with her, and I'm actually really glad she's as smart as she is. Thanks for watching.